Hey everyone, I'm FMGreeno and welcome to episode 29 of the Mighty Magyars, my FM21 international save where I am managing Hungary. We are in European Nations League action today. We have a double header for you, playing Northern Ireland and Moldova. So the first of our games is against Northern Ireland today, and up in the top right hand corner it tells me this game is playing on the 12th of November, which will be my birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old I'll be in 2026, it'll upset me to do so. But, you know, special birthday episode. If that's not enough for you to drop a like on there or to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, who knows what is. We were last together for that double header against Northern Ireland and Azerbaijan, where we came away with just one win out of the two games. Since then, we went over to Moldova and we absolutely battered them 4-0, a great result. Raymond Molnar getting a hat-trick. We then travelled to Azerbaijan, only came away with a 0-0. But if we take a look at the stats, we can see, I think we deserved a bit more. But, you know, we didn't really dominate as much as we probably could, but I think we should have snuck a win there. Anyway, that leaves us in a strong position in the group, though. We have the two home games here, Northern Ireland and Moldova, for you today. We are currently sat top of the table. I really don't see Moldova as much of a threat to us, but Northern Ireland, we already lost to them. So if we win today's game, I think that pretty much guarantees we're going to finish top of the group. Let's go and see how we're set up for it. We're continuing our policy of rotating the squad a little bit and seeing who can come in and make a bit of an impact on the squad. The media have been clamouring for Kevin Chobot to come in. He's a 26-year-old. We have played him a few times earlier in the save and dropped him out of the squad. But he seems to be doing all right over in Portugal, where he's based. So we thought we'd give him another opportunity today. We do have another promising youngster we've come across from the under-21s. Young Darius Tot here. Plays at right fullback. His technicals are nothing to write home about, let's be honest. But I quite like the look of his mentals. And his physicals are pretty good. He's only 19 years of age, so hopefully there's some development in him yet. The rest of the squad should be mostly familiar to you. Akos Zygerbear, I think you haven't seen him yet. He came into the squad in the last international window. Again, media clamouring for him to be involved, continually criticising me for picking other players ahead of him. So we brought him in, we gave him an opportunity. He played the game, 6.3 rating. Brilliant. Anyway, we've brought him in. He's got another opportunity in this window. If he doesn't do much for us, I think we'll probably drop him back out of the squad again. Anyway, it's time for us to get over to the stadium and into the first match against Northern Ireland. As always, we have a fairly big crowd in by the looks of it at the Puskás Arena in Budapest. Northern Ireland seem to have a fairly good travelling contingent there too. We're making a good start to the game. Kick-off highlight here. Chobot picks up the ball, finds Sobosloy. Back to Adam Nodge. Fodor here again. This looks like it could be a genuine highlight. Fodor gets a good crossover and it's cleared away. A good positive start though. We're on the front foot. That's what I like to see. One thing I'm a little bit worried about with this Hungary team, obviously our star man is Dominik Sobosloy. And we've been trying to build the team around him. But he often comes into the squad in fairly poor condition. He's been at Man City for 6 years now and has only played about 90 games in total in all that time. He's not a first-team regular there. So that really seems to be hampering us a little bit, I think, that he's just not coming into the squad with much match practice under his belt. Opportunity here for Northern Ireland. No, Hoot Wagner comes out and picks up the ball. So yeah, so it would be ideal if he could think about moving on. I mean, you know, I guess as a pro, when you're on a very big contract at Man City, you don't really want to think about leaving too much. But, I mean, we're here November 12th, so we're 3 months into the season pretty much. And so far for City, he's made 1 start and 2 sub-appearances all season, and that's it. So, I would like to be able to have a word with him and ask him to move on. But, of course, as we all know, you can't do that sort of stuff in international management here. There's very little player interaction at all. Molnar, is he in? Oh, good save, Ferguson in goal. So I think for this game, we're not going to go too crazy trying to push forward. We're on a balanced mentality. We still seem to be having the best of it. I think the key thing here is to avoid defeat, really. If we can come out of this with a draw, we'll still be ahead of Northern Ireland, obviously, in the group, because they would have only picked up a point too. Moldova are currently getting beaten by Azerbaijan, so we don't have to worry about them catching us. And of course, we play Moldova in the last game anyway, so that's not much of a header, that one. Out for a goal kick. And of course, like I say, I believe anyway, finishing top of this group gives us a playoff opportunity should we need it in the Euro 2028 qualifiers. So it's pretty imperative that we win this. Chobot finds Fodor. Molnar, they're knocking it around. Very intricate passing. Sobosloy, what is that, son? That's a woeful effort. Okay, we're coming up towards half-time. Just a few minutes left. We've by far had the better at this game. Northern Ireland have not really had a kick yet. They've only got 32% possession, 2 shots, none on target. We are bossing the game, but we can't seem to find that opening goal. So, let's get into the dressing room. We are going to tell them that we wanted to avenge what happened last time we played Northern Ireland. That's an advantage having had that defeat in this situation, because it always gives you that team talk which motivates people. Second half is underway. No changes for either side by the looks of it. Good challenge by young Fodor on the right back position. I think we're going to... That's one of the positions we'll change for the next game. We'll give the other youngster who's come into the squad an opportunity at right back against Moldova. See what he's all about. So, free kick lofted up into the box, but headed clear fairly comfortably. Hammond picks it up again, though. Sholly nips in and pinches the ball from him. Good ball up towards Molnar. Adam nudge on the ball now. Here's Sobosloy, finds Chobot. That's a decent run from the inverted winger. Sobosloy finds Molnar, and he has scored. That's an excellent goal. And he's been in lethal form, Molnar, recently. I think he's scored 4 goals for us in this campaign so far. That's his 5th. And again, in the media, they roundly criticise me for bringing him into the team. They seem to think that Chabahidji, who we've used a couple of times, who plays for a club in the Romanian 2nd division, seem to think he's a better option than Molnar. But every time Molnar comes in, he seems to do the business for me. So I'm sticking with him. Plus, he's got bonkers hair. I always like bonkers hair on a footballer. So here's Chobot again. I've liked the look of him in this game. He's got involved a lot more than the likes of Dardoy seem to. So things are looking fairly promising for him. Fodor here with a throw. That's coming down with snow on it. Sobosloy wins the ball. Finds Fodor. Oh, goodness me. I don't know why he took that with his left foot, but Sobosloy with a corner here. Floated in, cleared away. He will win the ball back though. Goes backwards with it. We just retain possession. Look for another opportunity to get the ball forwards. Here's Shaloy. Finds Adam Saloy on the left-hand side. He's tackled though. But that's a very woeful clearance. And there he is again. Molnar. Why on earth would I pick anyone else ahead of him at the moment? Every time he plays, he does all right. I think probably the problem with him is that a lot of his attributes aren't great. But he does have decent pace, decent acceleration, decent positioning. Which for an advanced forward, as I'm playing him in this situation, are 3 of the key attributes. He finishes all right, as we've seen in this game. I'm happy to keep him in the side. So that gives us a 2-0 advantage. That's good. So what have we got going on here? Time to make a couple of changes, I think. We're fairly comfortable. So who can we bring in just to take a look at? Maybe we'll even bring Darius Tortin in this game. He can get a little run at right back for now. And Zoigabert, shall we bring him in? I think we can. Chobot can go out for a bit. He's done quite well. Zoigabert will come in. I think that'll do for now. 20 minutes to go. We have absolutely bossed this. What's happened there? Is that a penalty? That's an absolutely ludicrous decision, surely. And he's got a yellow card for it. I didn't see he did anything wrong. It looked like he was being pushed, to be honest. Okay, well, this puts a little bit of a different spin on things. Northern Ireland, that's their first shot in this half of any shape. And, yeah, they're back in the game at 2-1. Wagner decided the best way to try and save a penalty is not to move, which is an interesting approach. We've got 10 minutes to go now. I'm going to shore things up. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've made a few changes to the tactics. Just drop back a little bit. A little bit of time wasting on, if I'm honest. A few little tweaks like that just to try and see out the rest of this game. Oh, goodness me, Hoot Wagner. I had worries there he was going to drop it or run into one of his defenders or something, but he did brilliantly there to come out and claim that. Molnar wins the header. Here comes Shaloy. Plenty of options outright. There's Zoigabert, our first chance to have a look at him. That's a good ball into Molnar. And unfortunately, he can't quite tuck it away for his hat-trick. But a lovely little ball there from Zoigabert. Sobosloy with this corner. Is he actually going to take it? I know I told him to put a little bit of time wasting on, but there are probably limits. So we're into stoppage time now. Might be time to make another time-wasting substitution. Talked with a throw here. Beignet heads it over. So I think we will make one final change. Who's really tired that I'd like to use in the next game? Probably Shaloy, I guess. So let's bring Horvat on for him. We haven't seen much of him in recent times. He's getting regular game time for Torino these days. But he still doesn't. He doesn't look good enough. I don't understand why he's getting in their team. But right. This has got to be about full time, hasn't it? The ball goes out for a throw there. And there it is, the final whistle. And we win 2-1. And that puts us in a really strong position. Well, the good news, that result against Northern Ireland, coupled with the Azerbaijan result against Moldova, means that we are guaranteed promotion out of this group. With still one game to play, of course, that now gives us an opportunity to rotate the team around a lot. We'll bring in a few of these fringe players, a few of the youngsters. You can get an opportunity to see them in a live com. Yeah, looking forward to this one. So, wholesale changes. In goal, a debut for this lad, Mate Berki. He plays for Poch. He's been regular in their team this season, only 21. He's come out of my under-21 squad. And I think he's got some fairly decent attributes here, hasn't he? Plays as a sweeper keeper. So, yeah, looking for him to have a good game today. Young Tote, we talked about earlier on in the episode. He's going to come in and play at right back. Hegadush, the left back who can't tackle, he comes in. And we have this young lad. Well, I say young, he's 23, so a relative veteran compared to some of the others. He's going to play at centre half. Sombor Pushkash plays in Denmark. We've seen him, I think, in one episode before. A guy who's returned to the squad after a little bit of a break, Sabolch Metse. The 26-year-old who looks like a 5-year-old in a school photo or something. He's going to play in that holding midfield role as a deep-lying playmaker rather than Adam Nodge today. Sobosloy's going to start. Schaefer comes in the Metzala role. Chobot played on the right last time. We're going to play him over on the left today so that we can bring young Fodor in. We've seen him a number of times, of course. He's back in Hungary again, playing for Pushkash this time, on loan from Inter Milan. And I was going to swap Molnar out for Janesh, but nah, he's in too good form. He starts. Maybe we'll give Janesh a second half. Let's get into the game. So it's a change of venue for us today. We've moved from the Pushkash Arena just across the city, playing in Ferencváros's home ground, the Groupama Arena today. Smaller venue. I guess they just thought there wouldn't be quite as much interest in the Moldova game. But it seems to be pretty packed. Now, obviously, Moldova, we beat 4-0 away in an earlier group game, so I'm expecting a good performance today in spite of the changes and some of the youngsters that are in the team. Sobosloy takes the captain's armband today, and I'm expecting him to lead by example. Hopefully, having had that match under his belt a couple of days ago, that'll help with his sharpness a little bit. Oh, good effort there. Fodor getting involved in a lot of stuff early on. Throw in here for Moldova. Hopefully this isn't the beginning of an attack for them, but it could well be. Balog there. Solid at the back. I really like the look of Balog. He's our leader in defence these days. Although that's not a great effort, is it? Yeah, he's been getting regular football in Serie A, so we like the look of him. He's a good, solid defender. Sort of bloke we need as a leader now that Willie Orban has retired. So coming up to 20 minutes into the game, we're by far the dominant force. Possession, we're edging, but we are doing a lot more with it than they are. Is this going to be a goal? It is! And it's the young lad plays in Denmark, Sumbor Pushkash. Decent header at the back post. Sobosloy with a good ball in from the right-hand side. So nice to see him getting an assist. But yeah, in fact, there were two of them there, side by side. Either of them could have nodded that in. So that's decent. 1-0, 25 minutes on the clock. Hopefully we're not going to do anything daft. Chobot here, coming in from the left-hand side. I know he's an inverted winger, but going right to the right wing is pretty inverted, isn't it? Oh, Sobosloy. I can't work out whether that's a worse finish than the one he had in the previous game or not. It's an absolute shocker. Goodness me. So, about 10 minutes till half-time now. Another opportunity here through Fodor to attack. No support around him, but he doesn't need it. He finds Molnar in the middle, but that's a good block. And look at this. So far, Moldova yet to register a shot of any kind whatsoever in the game. Throw into the box there. There's Molnar. Chobot. He's onside, and that's a goal. So bringing him back into the squad, I think, has been a really good move. He looked pretty sharp against Northern Ireland, playing on the right-hand side. And now he's just popped up in the middle in a centre-forward kind of position and nodded the ball home. So he's doing all right. Sobosloy wants to come off. To be honest, I don't think we really need him in the second half. Maybe we'll give him another 10-15 minutes or something. We can look to replace him with somebody else. I think we're going to tell him that we've played... No, we're pleased with the performance. Let's get him out motivated. There's no point to criticise him for anything, I think, in that first half. I think it's been a thoroughly all-round professional performance. So here comes Chobot on the left-hand side now, where he's supposed to be. Absolutely clattered. Sobosloy trots over to take the free kick, but it's deemed not highlight worthy. Okay. So I think we're going to give it another 5 minutes. Think about taking Sobosloy off. Give somebody else a little run. As long as we don't do anything daft here. Berkey, that's the first we've seen of him in action today. He's had nothing to do all game. Decent kick up there towards Molnar, who wins the header. Chobot, good ball in. Oh, Molnar, he snatched at that a little bit. He's not had the best of days in front of goal, so maybe we'll give him a little rest as well. Let's think about taking both him and Sobosloy out. Sobosloy can come out and we'll bring, I think, maybe Nodge is the best option to bring in for him. And Molnar comes out and we'll bring Janesh up top. Give him 30 minutes of a run out. Nodge here with a long throw. That's an interesting choice. The Moldovan keeper claims that easily enough. Boots it clear, finds one of his players, but goodness me, tackling of two, he got in and won the ball. Boy's a legend. Oh, dearie me. Okay. I know you think you're an attacking left back, but shooting on your wrong foot from the best part of 30 yards is probably not in your remit, mate. Tort, the young right back, up towards Fodor. Tort has made a very good run down the right if anyone can find him. Fodor does find him. Finds a little bit more space as well. Can't find room to get a cross in though. We are knocking it around quite nicely here. Nodge finds Chobot. Oh, he should have hit the target there. But that was really nice football. Just keeping the ball, looking for the right opportunity to slide somebody in. Here's Nodge. Finds Janesh. Oh, that's a very unusual effort. Let's say. Good shot. Koselev holds it well, though. We're doing pretty well. So Schaefer's blowing a little bit, so we might think about taking him out potentially. We do have Beignet on the bench, so that's not a bad replacement. Janesh, is he going to do this all by himself? No, he checks back, finds Schaefer. Back to Chobot there. Schaefer again. So once again, knocking the ball around, just looking for that killer ball. There's a ball out left. There we are. Hegadush overlapping. Pulls it back. Schaefer. Oh, he should have scored. Is that a save? I think it was. But I've expected him to tuck that away from that kind of range. Oh, Janes has scored direct from the corner, though. Well, not direct from the corner. Obviously, he didn't take it. But from the corner, heads it in at the back post. Decent ball in from Nod there. Janes gets up well. Nods it home. So that's a decent goal for him on his substitute appearance. We're going to take this opportunity now to take Schaefer out. Give him a little rest. Like I say, Beignet is on the bench, so he's a decent replacement. And a nice, comfortable 3-0 win. Moldova still yet to register a shot of any kind. We got had over 60% possession. This has been a really, really good performance from us, albeit against fairly woeful opponents. Are Moldova about to actually register their first shot? No, because we get in and pinch the ball. Janes, though, heads it on to nobody in particular. Some neat little play there from Moldova down the right-hand side. Mete gets in and wins the ball, though. Here's Hegedus, looking to do it all by himself again. Where's he going? That's our left back. Deciding to play on the right wing. Nodge gets it to Janes. Oh, Hegedus has another pop. Goodness me. I tell you what, you can't knock him for his confidence, can you? There's an opportunity here for Moldova. Don't get to register that shot just yet, though. But perhaps they will now. They're going backwards, though. And we get in and win the ball. Adam Nodge. And Janes is on. Can he get away from his man? He can, but he can't quite get the finish. Good save by the Moldovan keeper there. He's done pretty well in this game, hasn't he, in fairness to him? So, into the last minute of the 90. 3 minutes to be added on, it seems. I wonder if we'll have an opportunity to add a fourth. A little bit more gloss on the scoreline or not. Possibly. Here's Fodor with a throw. That looks like something the keeper's going to grab, though. He does, comfortably enough. Booted clear. I thought we'd won the ball there. In fact, we have now. It's 20 seconds of the injury time left to go. Will we have an opportunity to fashion one last chance here? Here comes Chobot. No, he's tackled. I imagine that's going to be about it. Is the ref going to blow his whistle? He does. And that's a very, very convincing 3-0 win for us. Well, that wraps up a fairly successful Nations League campaign. Obviously, we've topped the group. We've won promotion back to Group B. With that result, we have relegated Moldova down to Group D. I think that's probably about the best place for them. In terms of the schedule, well, we don't really have one at the moment. So that finishes up our fixtures for 2026. We look into 2027. No fixtures whatsoever listed. So I think we've got a European Championship draw coming up fairly shortly. The qualifiers for them should be taking place all throughout 2027. So I guess once we know the draw, we'll probably be back for the first game of that is our next episode. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was good to get a couple of wins under the belt and promotion back up to Group B with all the challenges that that'll hold for us next time round. Some bigger teams for us to face, of course. Hopefully, with this campaign and a European Championship qualifying campaign under their belt, some of these younger players that we've blooded for now will step up and make the grade. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole so far, I would love to see them below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. There's plenty of room on the Greenobus for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action with Hungary. Hajrá Magyarok! Viszlát!